Peggy Goes Back to School in 2020 by Lara Hotaling. It's that time again. School supply shopping. Peggy excitedly jumped up from her bed. She rubbed her sleepy eyes as they adjusted to the yellowish light peeking through the window. Suddenly she remembered. Things are different now. Peggy wondered, or are they? School starts in a few weeks, and Peggy, her mom, and her little brother Kevin would usually all head out on their traditional school supply shopping day adventure. Peggy would drool like a hungry hyena over the radiant gel pens, all the fancy notebooks and colorful folders, and elaborate art and math tools. She was a kid in a candy store. When Peggy woke that morning, she started thinking about how school suddenly changed so quickly last year due to the corona pandemic and how confusing everything was. She remembered how at first there were mumblings among the kids and clues, like when the teacher was stepping out of her normal routine and teaching the kids how to communicate online safely and effectively, logging into online accounts, sharing documents digitally, and how to be good digital citizens online. All very suspicious, Peggy pondered. That's absurd, preposterous. No way this is ever going to happen. Peggy sarcastically snarled. Learn from home? What? We all take our laptops and our teacher teaches, all of us online, and from home? I don't believe it. It wouldn't be. It couldn't be. Suddenly, without much warning, it happened. Peggy now ponders about the last few months of last school year and how it ended. School suddenly closed, and they had to be ready to be an online student at home. Peggy had a sudden rush of a hodgepodge collage mixture of different feelings, from sadness to excitedness, from confusion to nervousness, to finally thinking, this has to be a dream, maybe a nightmare. It was hard for everyone in the world to wrap their heads around this new way of life and how quickly everything was changing. She remembered how hard it was not to be able to actually see any of her friends in person for a while. Peggy and her best friends, Carol and Neil, had just started building a fairy and gnome kingdom in the schoolyard's fairy garden. What is to happen with that? Peggy remembered, sadly wondering. Still reflecting, Peggy remembered also celebrating the idea. The possibilities are endless. After all, there is a positive side. She remembers her little brother Kevin chiming in, yeah, and the teachers think we are actually going to do all this work from home? They're crazy. What a joke. Peggy and Kevin giggled together that sunny day way back in March of 2020. Just think, to learn from home by using a computer on my lap in my bedroom, on my back deck, front lawn, in my closet, or even in the bathroom if I wanted to. Having school online in my pajamas while sprawled out on my couch all day, snacking on sweets and treats galore. I will be the king of my domain, and I will be the queen of my domain. At first, what Peggy thought would be a vacation soon turned out to be something very different. She quickly realized it was more like school than she had thought. Learning continued, but it was also super exciting and lots of fun. They went on virtual field trips, sang songs, did dances, got up and grooved, did fun art projects, and even listened to an astronaut from the International Space Station read aloud one of her favorite stories. The students were still able to participate in engineering design challenges. Her favorite was the egg drop challenge. They also had outdoor scavenger hunts at home and even created a slideshow of all the natural numbers they could find on their outdoor adventures. One student found the number 8 in the way their garden hose was arranged on the ground. Peggy realized that online learning wasn't exactly a vacation, And that was okay. To her surprise, she even began enthusiastically getting up early to log on to their classroom's website to chat with whoever was there before school started. Sometimes they'd tell jokes, sing songs, talk about the new toy being released, or even watch silly squirrel videos. Peggy and her classmates enjoyed starting their mornings in this positive way. Peggy hopes this new school year will be just as fun, with so many more changes being made to keep everyone safe and healthy. All in all, we did it though, and we did an awesome job, Peggy happily conveyed to herself. Suddenly, Mom called from downstairs. Come on down to the comfy couch. It's time for School 3.0 supply shopping. Peggy dragged her unicorn slippers down the stairs, sludged deep down on the sofa, and snickered. Now, this new school year is going to be different, Mom, isn't it? Even more different. And I don't know how I feel about that. Mom comforted. But not really. This new model, School 3.0, will have a mixture of classroom on-site learning and remote learning from home. It seems to me that Governor Cuomo and all the education and health experts in New York State and in other states around this boundless and resilient country agree this is the best model for our children to stay in school, keep learning, and stay safe and healthy. As they happily got busy shopping for school supplies from their comfy couch, Peggy's mind began to have all sorts of popcorn thoughts bursting like fireworks on the 4th of July. Peggy suddenly recollected all the details of every September as her teachers beautifully decorated their classrooms and had all sorts of fun materials and games everywhere. A sniffle later, and with a little trickle running down her cheek, Peggy wondered, what will my new classroom look like now? In our sectors? Wow, School 3.0 this fall is indeed going to be very different. Peggy found herself questioning, what is school anymore anyway? What will it look like? What will it be like? What will it feel like? Mom reassured, you'll see, it's going to be different, but different can be wonderful. While chatting online the day before with her best friend Carol, she had told Peggy that she overheard a little bit about the school's new safety plans. It has to do with the 3 W's. Watch your distance, wash your hands, and wear your mask. Well, that's easy enough, Peggy thought to herself. Let's get started, Mom announced. Instead, this year we are going to order our school supplies online. It's safer, easier, and anyway, it may even save us a few bucks, Mom sang cheerfully. Peggy shrugged. Like, where is all the fun in that? Kevin sat right down in front of that laptop and gleamed brightly as if he was looking at the Lego store catalog. I want this and that, and oh, this one needs to be green, Kevin cheered. After many clicks of the mousepad, Peggy realized that the idea of having a mixed model of both on-site learning and remote home learning could be the best idea yet. It's the best of both worlds. She can still see and be with friends, build and create hands-on projects, play games with friends, and learn in all sorts of new, fun, and interesting ways. The day was finally here. It was the first day of school, and it was an on-site school day for the 2020-2021 school year. Peggy almost tripped as she nervously walked up the large steps in her new sneakers with her mask on to her assigned special classroom sector. Peggy's sector was awesome. Seeing friends again wasn't as awkward as she thought. Sky high fives, large smiles and waves, and lots of laughs worked and felt just as wonderful as hugs or handshakes. As her eyes spied the classroom, it was like her very first roller coaster ride. She felt excited and weary at the same time. There were bright colored tape lines on the floor, marking off sections, and the kids were excited to have each gotten a huge area all to themselves. Peggy suddenly spied this mysterious bin under her very own table area. To her surprise, there were all sorts of fun tools, fancy notebooks, zany pens, and even a colorful and sparkly blowhorn. Peggy excitedly thought, I wonder what we're going to use that for. She found out later that they could even do their work under their tables. Of course, Peggy's first thought was, I've got my own learning fork? Cool! Learning can be fun, interactive, and life-changing, no matter which way it comes. At recess, Peggy, Carol, and Neil found that no one had touched their fairy and gnome house kingdom, even after all those months. They happily picked up right where they left off, except this time they took turns adding doodads and what's-its galore while carefully distancing themselves. Later on that afternoon in the classroom, they played a nice game of multiplication bingo, each in their fun and happy area, able to be separated physically, but also having an amazing time together socially. It was a day Peggy would never forget. She realized that sometimes, although things may have to be different, different can be even better. The end. Or is it just a new beginning? I hope you all enjoyed my story. Please stay safe and stay healthy.